In this video, we will learn about pointers. So first of all, I'll give you definition of a pointer, what does it mean by pointer, and why we require pointers. Then I'll show you how to declare and how to initialize, what does it mean by dereferencing, and we'll also learn about dynamic memory allocation. So let us start with the definition. See the definition of a pointer. Pointer is an address variable that is meant for storing address of data, not data itself. Normal variables are data variables, but the pointers are address variable. And pointers are used for indirectly accessing the data. So the question is, why do you need to access indirectly? So let us understand why actually we need pointers. Then we will see how to declare and use them. So first of all, see this picture, again I am drawing it here. See, this is the main memory, right? And this is the CPU which will execute our programs. So how this main memory is utilized, already this picture we are following it. This is divided into three parts. Here actually our program resides. So I am writing main function. It may be having more other functions. Now this area, see, this is a stack. So actually stack will be on the top, right? But I am showing it here. Then the other part of the memory is heap memory. So the main memory is divided into three sections and utilized. This is code section, right? This is code section, and this is stack, and this is heap. So code section, and this will be stack and this will be heap, but I usually show here as a stack so it's easy for understanding. Anyway, there are three portions of memory: code section, stack, and heap. So the program will utilize the main memory by dividing into three sections. So this program can directly access these two areas. What are those? Code section and stack. Program will not directly access heap, right? The policy of a program is it will not directly access it. So heap memory is external to the program, outside the program. So program doesn't directly access. Then how to access that? For that it needs a pointer. Yes, one of the reasons of using pointer is accessing heap memory. So program should have a pointer with itself, and with that pointer it can access anything in the heap. So I may have an array or anything inside heap, and the program can access that. So for accessing this memory from the program, we need a pointer. So pointer is useful for accessing the resources that are outside the program. So this is one example. Heap is one thing. Then if suppose on the hard disk there are some files. Now for accessing a file, program cannot access this hard disk files directly because hard disk is external, or files are external to a program. So for that it needs a pointer for accessing, and that pointer should be of file type, and we can access that file. Then a program may be accessing a keyboard, a program may be accessing a monitor, a program may be accessing internet or network connection. All these things are external to a program, so all these things can be accessed with the help of pointers. So one major usage of pointer is accessing the resources which are outside the program. So I will list it. See, pointers are used for accessing heap memory, right? And for accessing resources. And third, pointers are used for parameter passing also. Parameter passing. This I will be explaining afterwards, how pointers are useful for passing parameters. So these are the major usages of pointer. Accessing heap, which is like a resource, accessing other resources, or parameter passing. So now next let us learn how to declare a pointer, how to initialize, and how to use it. So by taking some small example, I will show you. This is a data variable. I am declaring A and also initialize it, right? So this is a data variable. Normally we declare variables like this. Then second thing, pointer. This is an address variable, right? This is an address variable. So address variables are called as pointers in C++. It is a data variable. Normally we declare the variables like this. Suppose this is inside main function. I am writing it as a function, okay? So this variable, it will occupy the memory inside the stack frame of a main function inside the stack, like it is having value 10. So if I draw it a bigger picture here, so like this is there. Suppose this is taking 2 bytes. Integer is taking 2 bytes. So its addresses are 200 and 201. There are 2 bytes in which this value is stored. One is 200, other one is 201. Right? So 2 bytes. See, that is the reason to show only 2 bytes, I am saying integer is taking 2 bytes. Right? So 2 addresses. Now, this is a pointer. This pointer, I will initialize it. So I will initialize it in the next line, p assign ampersand a. So this will store the address of a. So what is this p? P will also occupy memory. Pointer is also a variable. This will also occupy memory. So this is created inside the stack frame of same main function. If I show it diagrammatically, it looks like this. This pointer will also take 2 bytes. So let us say the address of this pointer is 210 and 211. Just I am assuming random number. Okay, don't confuse that the next should be 202. So whatever it may be, I am saying it as 210 and 211. Now when I say ampersand a, this will have the address of this variable. So it is pointing to this one. So here inside the memory, if you see, it is pointing to this one. So that pointer is pointing there, right? Now focus on the syntax. This is a variable. This is a pointer variable. This is initialization. Address of a variable is given to p. Now I want to access this 10. So I want to print. So I can say printf percentile d a. So this will print value 10. Now I want to access same thing by using pointer. So from pointer I want to access it. So again I will say printf percentile d, and if I say p, it will be taking 200. But no, I want this data. So say star p. Star p. So this is declaration and this is assignment or initialization. That is, it is initialized with some value, and this is dereferencing. This portion is dereferencing. So when you are dereferencing, you have to use star, and when you are declaring, you have to use a star, and initialization directly we can write p. So you have to get familiar with the syntax: declaration, initialization, dereferencing. So this is how I have already taken a data variable and making a pointer point on it. In this example, I am not using pointer to access that heap memory, right? Next, I will show you how to access heap memory using a pointer. I will declare a pointer variable. First of all, this is a pointer variable. So this, whenever you declare something, that definitely takes place in stack or stack frame of that particular function. So p is created here, right? Whenever you declare, it will be inside stack. Remember, every variable declare. When you declare a variable, it will be inside stack. Now, I want to allocate memory in heap. So I want to create an array of size 5 in heap. So how to get memory in heap? In C language, the function name is malloc. When you write malloc, then only you will get the memory in heap. So here I will write down malloc function, malloc, malloc. So for this, I have to include some library, that is #include stdlib.h, right? stdlib.h. Now I can use this function malloc. Now here I should mention the size. So malloc function take the size, how much memory you want. So you have to mention in terms of bytes. So I want 5 integers. So 5. Then what is the size of the integer? We are assuming it as 2 bytes. So let us compiler decide it. See, as we are assuming, but it may be taking 4 bytes or 2 bytes. So let the compiler decide the size. So we can use the operator called as size of operator, and to that operator I will pass int. So it will give the size of an integer. Size of integer, if it is 2 bytes, then 2 into 5, total 10 bytes of memory, this malloc function will allocate. So it will allocate total 5 integers, right? Now that memory is allocated. Suppose the starting address of this is 5000, for example. First byte address is 5000, so on. Then that should be pointed by a pointer, because we cannot access it unless we have a pointer. So I will assign this to a pointer. Now this malloc function returns void pointer, so we have to typecast it and say it is integer pointer. Now this line will allocate heap memory. Remember, whenever you say malloc, then only it will allocate in heap. So this P will be pointing on this one. So P will get the address 5000. So it is just like something is there in heap. Now pointer is holding it, right? It is just holding one edge of that array, that is 5000. Now using that pointer we can access that entire array. So this is how heap memory is created. And how to do the same thing in C++? So just we have to say new. New is an operator in C++ of type integer and say size 5. So in C++ it is very simple. This is C++ and this is C language. C language syntax is little lengthy and C++ is very simple. So while explanation I may be writing new most of the time, right, on whiteboard, but actually in C language I have to use malloc function for allocating memory in heap. So this is how pointer is used for creating heap memory. So this was the introduction of a pointer. So in the coming videos we will see how to have a pointer upon an array and how to have a pointer upon a structure. We learn about all these things.